final knock.
I kissed my wife's sister in a luxury resort while my kids were asleep in the next room. And before you judge me, you need to understand something. By that point, my wife had already destroyed our marriage, abandoned our kids, and turned our home into something I didn't even recognize anymore. What happened that night? It wasn't just betrayal. It was the moment everything finally broke.
If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted with your entire life, or watched someone you love slowly turn into a stranger, then hit like, subscribe, and listen closely. Because this story, it's messy, it's painful, but the ending feels like justice.
I used to believe I had the perfect life. Not Instagram perfect, I mean real perfect. The kind you build slowly, carefully, with someone who's been there since the beginning. Me and my wife, we were childhood sweethearts. Same school, same friends, same dreams. I still remember proposing at 20, my hands shaking, her crying before I even finished the sentence. We weren't rich back then, but we had a plan. By 26, I had my accounting degree and joined my dad's company. The business took off. Money wasn't a problem anymore. And when our daughter was born, everything just clicked. I remember holding her for the first time. My wife was crying, I was crying. We kept saying the same thing over and over. This is it. This is everything. A year later, our son. Now we were 4, a family, a real one.
Looking back, maybe the signs were there, but happiness has a way of blinding you. We went on dates constantly. Flowers, gifts, surprises. 3 times a week sometimes. I built her dream life, the house, the cars, the comfort, and I thought that was enough. Until the day I found the app. It was just sitting there on her phone. A hookup app. At first, I thought it was a mistake, a glitch, something stupid. But when I asked her, she didn't even deny it. No guilt, no panic, just cold honesty. "You're never around," she said. I needed something more. That sentence, it didn't just hurt. It hollowed me out. I wanted to leave. God, I wanted to leave so badly. But then I looked at my kids, 7 and 8, still running into my arms, still asking for bedtime stories. So I stayed. We tried counseling. For a while, it almost felt like things might heal, until one night, she said it casually, like she was talking about the weather. "I've been seeing other guys again. Not just one, multiple. Almost every night." I remember my chest tightening, my hands going numb. Then she added something I'll never forget. "They've been here, too. In our house. In our bed." That was the moment something inside me just died. After that, I moved her into the guest room. Not out of anger, but because I couldn't breathe near her anymore. And slowly, she stopped being a wife. Then, she stopped being a mother. She barely came home, and when she did, cold, distant, irritated. My kids would try to talk to her. She'd ignore them, snap at them, walk away. I watched confusion turn into silence, then silence turn into acceptance. That was the worst part. They stopped asking for her.
Her sister. She wasn't supposed to be part of this story, but she became everything. She showed up when no one else did, picked the kids up from school, helped with homework, cooked meals, sat with them when they cried. She didn't try to replace their mom. She just cared. And over time, something changed. One day, I heard it. My daughter looked at her and said, "Mom." We both froze. Her sister immediately corrected her, but my daughter insisted, "No, I want to call you Mom." And my son agreed. That moment, it broke me. But not in a painful way, in a healing way. because finally they had someone who loved them back.
Over the next 2 years, she became part of our lives, not as a replacement, but as something real, something stable. And me? I didn't even realize what was happening until I did. The way we talked, the way we understood each other without words, the silence between us felt comfortable, safe. There was something there, something we both felt but never said. Then came the trip. Fiji. I booked it as a last attempt, a final chance to fix what was broken. When I told my wife, she laughed. Then she snapped, "I'm not going anywhere with you." Then she said something I'll carry forever. Those little shits aren't even my problem anymore. I felt my stomach drop. My kids, her kids, reduced to that. And then they were a mistake. That was it. No more trying, no more hope. She didn't just abandon us, she rejected us.
So I asked her sister to come instead, and she said yes. That trip, it felt like what life was supposed to be. Laughter, peace, no tension, no walking on eggshells, just a family, a real one. For the first time in years, I felt happy. Then came that night. The kids had made friends and stayed over with another family. For the first time, it was just us. We talked for hours about everything, the past, the pain, the kids, life, and then silence. Not awkward, just heavy, full. I looked at her. She looked at me, and in that moment, everything we had been holding back was right there. I leaned in, and I kissed her. She pulled back. "Are you sure?" she asked. "This isn't right." But I already knew. I am. Because this wasn't impulse. This was 2 years of unspoken feelings, 2 years of shared pain, 2 years of building something real. And that night, we crossed the line.
Now I'm lying here, next to her. She's still asleep, peaceful. And for the first time in years, I don't feel guilt. I feel clarity. Because what I did, it wasn't about revenge. It wasn't about hurting my wife. It was about finally choosing a life where love actually exists. A few weeks later, I filed for divorce. No arguments, no drama, just paperwork. She didn't fight it, didn't care enough to. But when custody came up, that's when reality hit her. The court saw everything: neglect, absence, behavior, and just like that, I got full custody. My kids stayed with me, with us. And her sister? She didn't just stay, she became permanent. Not overnight, not rushed, but naturally, because she had already been there all along. And my wife? She didn't lose me, she didn't lose the house, she didn't even lose the lifestyle. She lost something far bigger, her family. And this time, it was permanent.
Sometimes revenge isn't loud. It's not dramatic. It's not about destruction. Sometimes it's about walking away from chaos and building something better without them. If this story hit you, if you've ever seen someone destroy their own life piece by piece, hit like. Drop a comment, what would you have done? And subscribe, because the next story might be even crazier.